The journey toward simplicity, living a simple, meaningful life in today's fast-paced world can feel almost radical. Amidst the whirlwind of notifications, schedules, and endless to-do lists, I found myself yearning for something different, something quieter, more deliberate. It was a craving for depth, for experiences that felt real and a life that didn't revolve around constant accumulation. Turning to Stoic philosophy for guidance, I embarked on a journey towards simplicity, one guided by the ancient teachings of Marcus Aurelius, Seneca, and Epictetus. What unfolded was a transformation not just in the way I lived, but in the way I understood happiness, fulfillment, and freedom. The allure of simplicity lies in its profound ability to strip away the excess, allowing us to focus on what truly matters. In Stoicism, simplicity isn't just about cutting down physical possessions, it's about cultivating clarity of mind, refining desires, and developing resilience against the distractions that life constantly throws at us. It's a philosophy that embraces moderation, contentment, and intentionality, three principles that have entirely reshaped the way I live and, I believe, hold the potential to transform anyone willing to embark on this path. Redefining success, success had always seemed like a race, an endless chase towards some destination I couldn't quite see. But the Stoics introduced me to a new way of thinking. Wealth consists not in having great possessions, but in having few wants, Epictetus said, and this redefinition of wealth was a game changer for me. In letting go of the idea that success means having more, I began to find a unique richness in wanting less. For me, this mindset shift started with a practical approach, decluttering. Not just physically but mentally. It involved assessing what genuinely added value to my life and discarding what did not. As I went through my home, I began to ask, does this item serve a purpose? Or is it here simply out of habit? This approach extended beyond objects. It was about simplifying commitments, relationships, and even my digital footprint. I started realizing that true wealth comes from within, and the fewer external wants I had, the richer I felt internally. Cultivating inner peace through detachment, one of the most liberating practices Stoicism teaches is detachment, not from people or life itself but from the outcomes we cannot control. I used to carry the weight of expectations, worries, and the what-ifs of every possible outcome, but Stoicism taught me that these fears are beyond my control. This lesson was crucial in simplifying my life because I began to shed the emotional baggage that had kept me tethered to a constant state of anxiety and overthinking. Marcus Aurelius advised us to confine ourselves to the present. Embracing this approach shifted my focus away from what could happen and instead directed it toward what was happening. I learned to appreciate the simplicity of the present moment, uncluttered by the projections of the future or the echoes of the past. This detachment didn't mean I stopped caring, instead, it brought me peace, clarity, and freedom from the weight of endless possibilities. Focusing on what's within our control, Stoicism places tremendous emphasis on differentiating between what we can and cannot control. Applying this principle led me to an epiphany. Much of the stress I'd been carrying was due to attempting to control external factors. When I let go of these, my life simplified almost overnight. I stopped feeling the need to manage every situation, to make people see things my way, or to achieve perfection in every task. The newfound space in my mind allowed me to engage in activities with greater focus and joy. This simple yet transformative act of focusing only on what was within my power created a ripple effect. It meant letting go of frustrations over things I couldn't change. Be it the weather, someone's opinion, or the outcome of a particular effort. The result was clarity, not just in my daily actions but in my life's direction. Knowing that I couldn't control the outcome freed me to pour all my energy into my efforts without worrying about the result. Embracing minimalism in desires, as I delved deeper into Stoicism, I found myself drawn to the concept of ataraxia, or tranquility. This tranquility is achieved by reducing desires. The Stoics believed that true contentment comes not from fulfilling endless wants but from minimizing them, aligning deeply with minimalism. I adopted this approach, reassessing what I truly needed versus what I'd been conditioned to want. Reducing my desires didn't mean sacrificing enjoyment, in fact, it increased my appreciation for simple pleasures. A cup of tea in the morning, the sound of rain, a meaningful conversation, these small moments became rich with significance because I no longer felt compelled to chase constant novelty. In reducing my desires, I found greater contentment and a kind of wealth that couldn't be taken away or depleted. Practicing grateful awareness, a pivotal part of my journey to simpler living has been cultivating a grateful awareness for the things I already have. Seneca once said, "We are more often frightened than hurt, and we suffer more in imagination than in reality." Gratitude transformed my perception. By focusing on what I have, rather than what I lack, I found myself liberated from the never-ending cycle of desire that our consumer-driven society promotes. I began a daily practice of acknowledging the things I am grateful for, from my health to my relationships to the opportunities in my life. This practice doesn't just ground me, it reinforces that abundance is a state of mind, not a quantity of possessions. Embracing gratitude has added a depth of meaning to my daily life that constantly surprises me, helping me live with a sense of fulfillment and connection to the world around me. Finding joy in stillness, one of the most surprising discoveries on this path has been the joy of stillness. In our fast-paced world, stillness can feel unnatural or even wasteful. But Stoicism taught me that stillness is not inactivity, it's a powerful way to center oneself, reflect, and engage with life's bigger questions. In stillness, I found a kind of peace and clarity that I hadn't known before. It's a chance to listen to my inner self, away from the distractions of modern life. This practice has deepened my self-awareness, allowing me to see my strengths, weaknesses, and purpose with greater clarity. When I incorporate this kind of stillness into my routine, whether through quiet mornings, meditation, or mindful walks, I find that my mind feels lighter and my heart more open. Creating purposeful routines, to sustain a simpler life, I created routines that reflected my values. Every morning, I dedicate a few minutes to setting intentions for the day. Rather than a rushed to-do list, it's a focused list of meaningful tasks, activities that bring me closer to my goals or align with my values. By prioritizing purpose over busyness, I've been able to live each day with intentionality. Having a routine doesn't mean rigidity. Instead, it's a framework that supports me in living a balanced, mindful life. I've found that these routines anchor me, creating space for growth, rest, and joy. With each passing day, I am reminded that simplicity isn't about doing less, it's about doing more of what matters. Finding freedom in less, as I continue this journey, I realize that the ultimate freedom lies in embracing less clutter, fewer demands, and minimal distractions. Freedom, I've learned, is not the result of accumulation, it's the result of letting go. The less I carry, both physically and emotionally, the lighter I feel. This path towards simplicity is one of the most rewarding journeys I've ever embarked on. In this quest for a simpler, more meaningful life, Stoicism has been my guiding light. Its principles have empowered me to break free from societal expectations, redefine my concept of wealth, and live each day with purpose and gratitude. For anyone else yearning for a life of simplicity, I encourage you to begin where you are. Start small, let go of what no longer serves you, and embrace the richness of a life focused on meaning, purpose, and clarity. The path to simplicity is uniquely your own, and with each step, you will find greater freedom, joy, and fulfillment. Reclaiming time and energy, in pursuing simplicity, one of the most profound changes has been how I view and allocate my time and energy. Modern life encourages us to fill every moment, to keep moving forward at all costs. But when I started to truly observe where my time went, I saw how much was spent on tasks that didn't align with my values or contribute to my well-being. Inspired by Stoic teachings, I began to reclaim my time, directing it toward what truly matters. By identifying energy-draining habits, relationships, and obligations, I was able to make deliberate choices about where I wanted my energy to go. This required me to say no more often, a skill that I found to be one of the most empowering tools in the pursuit of simplicity. As Seneca said, people are frugal in guarding their personal property, but as soon as it comes to squandering time, they are most wasteful. By viewing time as my most precious asset, I found a new level of freedom and fulfillment in how I spend each day. Building resilience against modern pressures, as I've simplified my life, I've noticed an increased resilience to pressures that used to affect me. The Stoics teach that we can control our responses, even if we can't control the events. By applying this, I started viewing challenges and setbacks as opportunities to practice equanimity and patience, seeing them as steps on my journey rather than obstacles in my way. This mindset shift has been crucial for dealing with societal pressures, from career expectations to consumerist culture. In moments when I feel the pull of materialism, the Stoic principle of premeditatio malorum, or imagining possible adversities, has been particularly helpful. Visualizing the impermanence of things helps me resist the need to acquire and consume constantly. Instead of being swept up in societal expectations, I am able to stand back, observe, and decide on my own terms. In letting go of these external pressures, I feel a deeper connection to my true self and a life that feels authentically mine. Embracing minimalism in relationships, another profound area of simplicity that Stoicism led me toward is in my relationships. It's not about having fewer relationships, but about cultivating deeper, more meaningful connections. I realized how often I had been drawn into relationships or interactions out of obligation, guilt, or the desire to be liked. By simplifying this area of my life, I've created space for friendships that uplift and inspire me, while letting go of those that drain my energy. This approach, grounded in Stoic detachment and emotional resilience, has allowed me to be more present in my interactions. I approach relationships with authenticity, rather than feeling the need to perform or pretend. This change has enriched my life, creating a community of individuals with whom I can share in the beauty of simple, meaningful connections. Daily practices for a simple life. To sustain this simpler way of life, I've found it invaluable to incorporate daily practices that reflect the principles of Stoicism. These aren't complicated rituals or time-consuming tasks, but small habits that serve as reminders of my values. Each day, I start with a moment of reflection, a practice borrowed from Marcus Aurelius, who would begin his day by considering the nature of people he would encounter. Throughout the day, I practice mindfulness, pausing between tasks to take a deep breath and realign with my purpose. These small acts ground me in the present, keeping me focused on what truly matters. In the evening, I reflect on my day, noting moments of gratitude and areas for growth. These practices have become anchors, providing stability and clarity as I navigate the challenges of modern life with a Stoic mindset. Epilogue: Living as a Stoic in a complex world. Living simply in a complex world is no easy feat. Society often equates success with accumulation, and fulfillment with how much we can attain, experience, or achieve. Yet, embracing Stoic simplicity means redefining success not by what I own but by the quality of my inner life. I am convinced that, like me, others will find liberation in prioritizing purpose over possessions and clarity over clutter. As I continue this path, Stoicism helps me focus on the present, reminding me that I don't need to wait for ideal circumstances to feel content. Each moment offers me a chance to exercise my values and live with integrity. There will always be noise and distraction. And that's okay. Stoicism doesn't promise a life devoid of challenge, it offers the strength to face it. So, I wake up each day, ready to live fully, simply, and courageously, knowing that the only essentials I need are within me. The journey is ongoing, and the principles I've adopted from Stoicism have become my compass. They help me navigate the complexities of modern life without losing my inner peace. With each choice to embrace simplicity, I deepen my sense of purpose and strengthen my connection to the world around me. To those who embark on this path, may you find joy in what you release, strength in what you carry forward, and fulfillment in a life guided by purpose. As Stoicism teaches, simplicity is not about having less, but about finding true abundance in what remains. Let this be your invitation to a life of depth, resilience, and profound peace, for in the words of Epictetus, freedom is the only worthy goal in life. It is won by disregarding things that lie beyond our control. Embrace the journey. Choose simplicity. Find freedom. Embracing the journey, living simply with courage and clarity. In choosing simplicity, I've discovered that each day offers countless opportunities to live with greater courage, clarity, and purpose. Stoicism has become more than just a set of principles, it's a framework for living that allows me to align with my values and focus on what truly matters. I wake up each morning grounded by my commitment to live simply, to not let the endless noise of modern life pull me away from my path. By letting go of unnecessary attachments and distractions, I've found a deep sense of freedom. I no longer feel the weight of needing to prove my worth through possessions or achievements. Instead, I feel enriched by the relationships I nurture, the quiet moments I savor, and the inner resilience I cultivate. Each choice to focus on simplicity becomes a statement of my values, a reminder of my inner strength, and a reaffirmation of my purpose. This journey isn't about perfection. It's about consistency, about showing up each day willing to choose simplicity over superficiality, courage over comfort. There will be days when the pull of modern distractions and pressures will be strong. But with Stoic principles as my guide, I know I have the tools to realign, to refocus, and to move forward with clarity. To all who are ready to embrace the Stoic path to simplicity, know that this journey is both deeply personal and profoundly transformative. May each step you take toward simplicity bring you closer to a life of meaning, resilience, and unshakable peace. Closing the circle, reflecting on the power of simple living with Stoicism, as I look back on my journey, each choice toward simplicity feels like a powerful step toward reclaiming my life and purpose. Living in alignment with Stoic principles hasn't just changed my lifestyle, it's reshaped how I see the world, how I face challenges, and how I define fulfillment. The simplicity I've embraced has given me the space to live with more joy, more gratitude, and a deeper connection to the world around me. What I love most about this path is how it fosters a sense of wholeness. It's no longer about the external markers of success, but rather the inner peace that comes from knowing I'm living in line with my values. Stoicism has allowed me to create a life where my worth isn't tied to what I have, but to who I am and how I show up each day. It's empowered me to find strength in simplicity and meaning in moderation. To live simply, guided by Stoic principles, is to choose a life that's lighter and brighter, a life with room for genuine connection and profound purpose. In every quiet moment, in every act of gratitude, and in every mindful choice, I feel a sense of freedom that no material possession could ever bring. This journey has been a reminder that sometimes, the greatest richness lies in living simply, loving fully, and being present with each breath. For those who walk this path, I extend this invitation: embrace simplicity as an act of courage. Allow Stoic wisdom to shape your days, and let your life be a testament to the beauty of living with clarity, resilience, and unwavering joy. Embracing each moment, finding fulfillment in Stoic simplicity, living a simpler, Stoic-inspired life is not a finish line to cross but a continuous, beautiful process. Each day brings new opportunities to practice mindfulness, gratitude, and purposeful action. And as I lean into these moments, I've realized that simplicity in the Stoic sense isn't about depriving myself but rather enriching my existence with meaning, clarity, and intention. The quiet moments I now cherish, watching the sunrise, a conversation over a meal, or a few moments of silence amidst the noise, are profound. They remind me that the pursuit of simplicity isn't just a choice, it's a path to greater awareness and peace. Each moment feels fuller, each connection deeper, each day a reminder of what truly matters. This journey is one of continued refinement, an ongoing embrace of what it means to be content with less but feel more alive than ever. A Stoic's call to action: live boldly, live simply. If you're drawn to a life of purpose, clarity, and grounded joy, the Stoic path of simplicity invites you in. Start small, choose to let go of one thing today that no longer serves you, be it a possession, a habit, or a belief. Practice gratitude for the basics: a meal, a friend, a new day. Each act of letting go, each step into the present, opens up space for something more meaningful. As you embark on your journey, remember that the Stoic way is one of balance. It's about the art of living fully, embracing resilience, and nurturing a life rich not in things but in values, purpose, and peace. Every choice for simplicity brings a new layer of freedom, a deeper sense of self, and a quiet, unshakable joy that is the hallmark of a truly fulfilled life. With every step I take on this path, I feel a call to share these reflections, to inspire others to find richness in simplicity. Because a life inspired by Stoic principles is not just a life, it's a legacy. So, let us live it well. Practicing daily Stoic exercises for a simple life. In this journey of embracing a simple life through Stoic principles, I find that daily exercises help anchor my intentions. Here's a glimpse of the practices I've woven into my routine, each one building that sense of inner clarity and purpose. Morning reflection. Each morning, I start by asking myself, what can I let go of today? Sometimes it's a worry, other times it's a task that doesn't align with my goals. This practice centers me, reminding me to prioritize what matters, and to approach the day with a fresh, uncluttered mind. Gratitude and acceptance. Stoicism teaches that gratitude and acceptance are two sides of the same coin. Throughout the day, I pause to appreciate the simplicity around me, a warm cup of tea, a kind word, or a quiet moment. It keeps me grounded in the present, grateful for what I have rather than craving what I don't. Evening journaling. At the end of each day, I reflect on what went well, and where I let distractions creep in. This act of self-assessment is incredibly powerful. It's a way to recalibrate, celebrate progress, and let go of any lingering baggage. Each entry is a small promise to myself to keep moving forward on this path of simplicity. The gifts of Stoic simplicity, freedom and fulfillment. As the days and weeks pass, I'm starting to feel a freedom that's difficult to describe. It's a freedom from the burden of endless desires, the expectations of others, and the self-imposed pressures to do it all. Each moment feels lighter, each decision clearer, and each day richer with the realization that I am enough as I am. There's a profound fulfillment that comes from embracing Stoic simplicity, a joy that arises not from what I gain, but from what I let go. As I release the need for constant validation, for more possessions, and for the superficial, I find myself living more meaningfully, with greater integrity and purpose. This is the gift of Stoic simplicity, a life less cluttered, but overflowing with genuine peace and contentment. A Stoic's closing reflection. Living life with open hands. The Stoic path has taught me that life is not about holding on to things or accumulating more, but about living with open hands, ready to embrace what comes and release what no longer serves. This philosophy is more than just a way of thinking, it's a way of being, a powerful invitation to live with depth, purpose, and authenticity. If there's one thing I hope to pass on, it's this: that a life guided by Stoic principles isn't just a simpler life, but a richer one. It's about choosing less to experience more, living fully in the present, and embracing each moment as it comes. So, let us walk this path of simplicity, hand in hand with Stoicism, and find ourselves all the more fulfilled for it. This journey toward simplicity through Stoic principles has been nothing short of transformative, and I'm grateful every day for the lessons it brings. The joy I feel is profound, the peace unshakable. And with each step forward, I know I'm not just changing my life, I'm creating a legacy of meaning and purpose that's worth living for. Conclusion. The path to lasting fulfillment. My journey toward simplicity through Stoicism has been one of the most transformative experiences of my life. In choosing to live with less, I've discovered a life with so much more meaning, more connection, more joy. By focusing on what truly matters and letting go of the excess, I've cultivated a deep sense of fulfillment that's unshakable by the whims of circumstance or the pressure of societal expectations. For anyone feeling overwhelmed by the demands of modern life, I encourage you to explore the wisdom of Stoicism. Start small, declutter a space, simplify your schedule, or spend a few moments in quiet reflection. These small steps can lead to a profound transformation, guiding you toward a life of simplicity, resilience, and true contentment. Let Stoicism be your guide, showing you that the richest life is one that finds beauty and purpose in the simple things.